Hi, my name is Christina Lynn. My business is Lynn Financial, and I love helping average people like myself become above average with their money because I believe that financial savviness is a learned skill that you can master. Today, I want to talk about women in finances. So, there has been a big shift in the American family, and women now play a vital role in the family finances. However, there is a lot of evidence that suggests that women are underrepresented in the investing world. And doesn't that seem not fair, right? It makes me want to like burn my bra or something like that. So why is that happening? Why are women not being catered to? I think it boils down to there aren't enough female advisors out there. It's not that gender is what's most important when a woman selects a financial advisor. It's more important to go on trust. Like if you have a male that you really trust, that should trump just over picking any old female advisor. But women do communicate with women differently than they can communicate with men. And so sometimes women trust other women more when it comes to really important things like their finances. They just feel like they're being understood better, they're being listened to on a deeper level. There's more like intuition that goes on. We just kind of understand more what our priorities are and things like that. Um, and so that is the number one thing is that there's just not enough financial advisors out there. Um, a really interesting statistic is that 52% of women now out earn their spouse. 73% of women consider themselves to be the financial decision maker in the family. Wow. So clearly, women have a seat at the family financial table, and each woman should have a financial plan. You should either be doing the financial, like the research yourself to really get educated on personal finance, or you should outsource that to a financial planner that you trust because you should not be taking a back seat to what's going on with your family finances. You shouldn't just assume that your husband knows more about numbers, so he'll take care of it. A man is not a financial plan. You shouldn't have all of the retirement assets in your husband's name, nor should your husband be making all of the decisions for the family. You should be having a seat at the family financial table. um, and find an advisor who you trust, male or female. I also want to touch on other areas in the financial industry that may be lagging besides the lack of female advisors. Technology is an example. Where the financial industry is so tightly regulated that it really cramps the progress of technology in the industry. So, for example, we still use faxes. It's hard to even find a fax service, but that's just the way the financial industry operates. We still use paper. It's just, we're very antiquated because we're bogged down with a lot of rules. And so a lot of the really cool apps and websites and tools online that you may be using with other in other areas of your life, that's not probably happening in your on the financial side of things. And I hope that that changes. Um, but I think that it's going to be slow too. And the same with getting enough female advisors to fill that need for matching up all of the female investors. So another underrepresented population in the financial industry are millennials. So again, the millennials are having to work with mostly like baby boomer financial advisors, and similarly, they may not feel as understood as other people within their own generation. For example, I love to ask financial planners about their opinion about cryptocurrencies and ICOs and the blockchain investment space. Um, and typically the answer is like, oh my gosh, turn away. I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. It should all just be shut down. I really get like negative responses from the baby boomer and even older Generation Xer financial advisors. So that just kind of goes to show that the void that I feel that's there for the millennial generation, that they just might not see eye to eye with the older generations that are their financial advisors. So let's see. The other trend that's going on is that there's a huge move to do more of your do-it-yourself investing, and that does save on fees and things like that. But the statistics show that that the satisfaction level of people who are doing that is pretty low, because I think because they still have a lot of questions. Like they don't feel confident, even though they've done a lot of research on their own on like Google and YouTube and things like that, and maybe bought a book. You still wonder like, oh, am I doing it right? Am I saving enough? Am I allocating this right? Am I crunching the numbers right? Should I be using a different formula? Things like that, that just that the piece that they're lacking and the questions that remain unanswered and they don't have anybody to ask. um, I think that is even though the DIY move is really, I think, a great move in a lot of ways because it can save you a lot of money. The con part of that is that people are probably not as well prepared and they are not at peace with their financial plan because they're probably not experts in personal finance, so they have a lot of self-doubt. So there you have it. Don't forget, it's not a must that women have to work with other women in financial planning, but it's really important to find someone that you trust. So keep your chin up because you are an overcomer.